Live from the tank on the campus of the College of Staten Island, CSI Sportsnet is proud to welcome you in to NCAA Division II men's basketball coverage, streaming exclusively on Flow College. In today's non-conference matchup, the College of Staten Island Dolphins host the Adelphi University Panthers. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Joe Foreman alongside Nick Durst. And Nick, this Dolphins team got off to a strong start during the Tournament of Heroes when you and I were on the call last weekend. 2 victories for the Dolphins during their opening weekend tip-off tournament and the first 2-0 start in the head coaching career of men's basketball head coach T.J. Tibbs. Beyond that, the team traveled to Florida earlier this week. I got a chance to take in Game 2 against Florida Southern College, but that first game at the University of Tampa saw the Dolphins push a team that has received votes toward a national ranking to the absolute limit. Aaron Goldstein, career high in scoring. Dolphins lose by just 4. What have you seen from this Dolphins team early in the season that's impressed you?
Well, what's really impressed me is the new big three coming together here and kind of leading the way. Aaron Goldstein, as you mentioned, 40 points in that first game in Tampa, averaging 23.5 points per game this season. And then you have Mitchell Wiggin at 13.8 points per game and JJ Chestnut at 10.8 points per game, really leading the way. And Asa Kone is averaging 9.5 points and 8 rebounds per game, even though in the first 2 games here in the tank, he played very limited minutes due to foul trouble. So he's obviously a huge impact player. So the 4 of them, along with Eric Tynes, the other starter in the Dolphins lineup, have really been really strong so far this season for the Dolphins offensively.
And if you're the CSI coaching staff, you have to love what you've seen from this team early in the year. They go out on a back-to-back to open their season, and they win both games during the Tournament of Heroes. Then they face 2 extremely challenging teams on a back-to-back in Florida, and they had a very quick turnaround. They played on Saturday, they had Sunday off, and then they travel down to Florida, play games on Monday and Tuesday. So a very interesting bit of scheduling for the Dolphins there, and it's a really tough situation you find yourself in when that happens. So credit to the Dolphins for their performance. You know this team would have loved to come away with a win. They came up just short at University of Tampa, and the game against Florida Southern got away in the second half. But this is the McDonald's pregame show, and right here we are going to step aside and take a very quick break for the national anthem. When we come back, more about today's matchup. We'll shift our focus over to Adelphi University, get a look at some of their players to watch, and talk about this team, this Panthers team, that comes in 3-0. Coming up next here on CSI Sportsnet, the Dolphins take on the Panthers. McDonald's pregame coverage continues following this quick break.
The United States of America, as well as those service people around the globe, with the singing of our national anthem. Today, the national anthem will be performed by recording artist Jordan Rain.
We've learned a lot from him, and we've probably learned more from him than he's learned from us.
I think they're a real important part in my life. I can't describe it. It feels amazing.
Team Impact is a national nonprofit that connects kids living with serious and chronic illness with college athletic teams, forming lifelong bonds and life-changing outcomes.
Break it! Can I have a hug? What's your favorite subject?
Math.
When you spread the word about Team Impact, you have the power to change lives.
campuses nationwide, the NCAA is making transformative changes for student athletes. While they pursue their biggest dreams, we're launching new initiatives to help them. Life-changing education opportunities are just the start. The NCAA is providing enhanced mental health services. We're guaranteeing scholarships and tuition and expanding access to healthcare. Visit ncaa.org/change to learn more.
The 6-foot senior from Elizabeth, New Jersey, 0, Adelphi Connor. At guard, the 6'4" senior from
Joe Foreman back with you alongside Nick Durst on the call for today's NCAA men's basketball non-conference matchup between the College of Staten Island Dolphins and the Adelphi University Panthers. And Nick, before the break, we spoke a bit about some of the Dolphins standouts this year. Let's talk a bit about some of the Panthers who come in playing well for a team that is unbeaten so far on the 2025-2026 season.
Yeah, Joe. I would say that Deshaun Watson's 15 points per game is obviously the player to keep an eye on, along with Mason Jackson, who's right behind him with 14.7 points per game. Burke is actually 2 rebounds shy of averaging a double-double with 12 points and 9 boards per game. All of Adelphi's leading scorers, the top 3, are shooting 50% from the field. And the Panthers as a whole come in shooting 50% as a team. More notably, Adelphi enters the day, Joe, shooting 42% on 64 three-point attempts this season. So something to keep an eye on here for sure. And the all-time series, Adelphi leads 5-1. Last time these two met was last December in Garden City, New York. Adelphi won 70-65. And as you mentioned before, Adelphi 3-0 this season, won all their games by double digits.
And just a note, it is Deshaun Walton leading the Panthers in scoring. I know it's a Saturday afternoon, we have our mind on football, but Deshaun Walton, the leading scorer for Adelphi University, coming in. And Nick, with the starting lineups being introduced out on the floor, we'll introduce the starting lineups here on Sportsnet. First for the College of Staten Island, their starters in numerical order. Number 1, Joey Poulin. Number 3, J.J. Chestnut, who was uncertain after leaving the game against Florida Southern earlier in the week, so it's good to see J.J. back in the lineup. You mentioned the prowess of Asa Kone, back-to-back double-doubles for him coming in. Aaron Goldstein, the big 40-point game at the University of Tampa, and newcomer to the men's basketball program, Eric Tynes, a transfer from Queens College, who has his season off to a nice start. On the other side, Adelphi Connor, Deshaun Walton, Mason Jackson, Jarnell Rancy, and Patrick Burke get the start for Adelphi University.
Well, Joe, as we're getting set here, Dolphins looking to go 3-0 at home for the first time under TJ Tibbs, as it's going to be a tough test here, as they're going to be playing their 5th game in 9 days.
Certainly a big-time test for this Dolphins team against a program that comes in receiving votes for a national ranking, and it's a team the Dolphins have struggled against. Adelphi 5-1 against CSI, the most recent meeting coming in December of last year. The Panthers won that 70-65 in Garden City. Just a note before we get started, I'm your clock operator, your replay coordinator, and your play-by-play commentator today. So a lot on my plate as we get started from the tank.
Also the acting SID for the game.
That is correct as well. Kone
so
wins
hopefully
the
no
tip from
stats
Rancy.
issues, Joe, because we're going to have a major issue over here.
This is definitely going to take some getting used to. I have yet to call a game while also operating the scoreboard. This is Chestnut on the drive, shot fake, and JJ goes off glass to put the Dolphins in front 2-0.
Chestnut strong to the rim there, getting the scoring started right away.
Panthers have it on the outside. This is Jackson. Make that Connor. Handoff. This is Walton. Rancy looking to feed it inside. Burke back to the basket, works the baseline and scores the easy 2.
Burke with a nice move there under the basket. Able to lay it in there.
Score all knotted up at 2. Chestnut for Tynes. Now Kone, who's done a lot of work with his back to the basket near the top of the arc, as Chestnut is short from 3. Tynes has the rebound off the tip, and he is fouled.
First foul of the game, and Tynes will go to the free throw line here with 18:57 in the first half remaining. Tynes has been a strong addition so far for this Dolphins team offensively. We saw in the last game here at home last Saturday, a couple of three-pointers showing his range on the floor.
Well, Tynes a player who's proven to be very versatile offensively for this Dolphins team. He can stretch the floor and knock down a three, certainly capable of stepping out beyond the arc, but is also very capable inside and gives you plenty on the glass. Tynes 2 for 2 from the stripe here. Dolphins with an early 2-point lead. This is Burke with Tynes all over him. And I think when you have a big who can defend all the way out to the top of the arc, that's a huge benefit as well. Offensive board to Burke off the Walton miss. Put back no good. And Kone has the board.
Dolphins looking to push it a little here, but they'll slow it down in the half court.
This is Tynes on the wing. Picks up his dribble at the free throw line and feeds Kone. Kone draws contact, and a foul is called.
2 quick fouls for Adelphi. Dolphins would behoove them to continue to try to attack the basket.
Kone goes to work on the baseline, and his long hook shot is an air ball.
Well defended by Burke there.
Lefty floater off glass is good by Mason Jackson.
What a skilled move there by Mason Jackson, the senior guard, laying that in off the backboard with his left hand.
This is Chestnut looking to drive, kicks it into the corner, and Poulin knocks down the three.
JP3 there, and how about Chestnut there? He could have easily driven to the rim and lay that in, but the extra pass results in 3 points.
Looked like JJ was looking to score, instead found the open man in the corner. On the drive, Walton. It was poked away. Now, very easy to mistake that 0 for a 1, Nick. This is Walton. That was Connor on the drive as Goldstein strips it away from Walton.
Poole knocked it away. He got it back. Goldstein with the steal. Chestnut was looking for the alley-oop there with Kone, but Kone wasn't looking.
JJ had the alley on his mind. Kone was not thinking oop as he stopped. And that's a Dolphins turnover. Open three, left corner. Walton off the mark. And a foul is called inside against the Panthers.
3 quick fouls now, Joe. Averaging a foul per minute here in this game so far as Adelphi.
And that's definitely something to watch moving forward as we get one more look at that last assist by J.J. Chestnut. And that's a shot that if Joey Poulin can knock down with consistency, it gives this Dolphins offense a huge boost. He had a lot of those looks against Florida Southern earlier in the week. They just would not go for him. And I think that has to do wonders for his confidence to knock down the first one.
Reese Brown in the game now for Adelphi.
Goldstein's pull-up is good, and the Dolphins lead it by 5.
Right over Brown, who just checked in the game, so nice shot there from Goldstein going against a much bigger defender.
You have to be thrilled if you're a Dolphins fan or a member of this coaching staff with how Goldstein has stepped up in the early going this season. That shot off back iron by Connor, rebound to the Dolphins.
Kone almost knocked out of bounds off Poulin, but Goldstein picks it up.
Goldstein feeds Kone. Kone. He draws a foul. That is the 4th on Adelphi.
Joe, a foul a minute so far. Adelphi on pace for 20 fouls in the first half. 4 fouls so far.
Now the Panthers are setting themselves up to be in a really frustrating position later in this half.
Yeah, well, we know Kone, Chestnut, and Goldstein can attack the rim with ease. We'll see if they go for that strategy here.
Chestnut with it. Lost the handle for a moment. 8 to shoot now. Chestnut for Poulin. Kicks back out. JJ for 3.
Chestnut draining that 3 there. Poulin there. A 4 on the shot clock finds Chestnut.
Dolphins now lead it by 8. Kick out, now in the corner. Rancy had room, but the Dolphins content to give him space. This is Connor. Connor draws the foul.
First foul of the game on the Dolphins.
And with that, we will head to a media timeout. Let's get one more look at that last Aaron Goldstein basket. Goldstein continues to step up at the offensive end, and he's done so making plenty of difficult shots like that one. And not long after, the Dolphins find J.J. Chestnut from beyond the arc. Good ball movement to end this possession by the Dolphins. It all starts with the ball in the hands of Chestnut. Poulin gets it back, sends it to J.J. He knocks down the three. The Dolphins lead it 12-4, 15:31 to go in the first half.
CSI Athletics is all upstairs at our concession stand. Thank you once again for your support of CSI Athletics.
Joe Foreman and Nick Durst on the call from the College of Staten Island, where the Dolphins have an early 8-point lead against Adelphi University. And Nick, it's been a great start for the Dolphins. What have you liked that you've seen from this Dolphins team so far?
Well, I certainly have liked the extra ball movement, which has led to 2 open threes, Poulin and Chestnut, so that's half the points right there. Goldstein very aggressive as well, has a point, and right now, Dolphins are drawing fouls, which has been a good strategy.
There you got a couple of quick looks at those last 2 Dolphins baskets. The Panthers wasting no time off the inbound. They passed it and immediately put up a 3. Just a couple of seconds coming off the clock there. 15:26 to go in the first half. Dolphins lead it 12-4, and they have possession right back.
Wiggin and Benedict in the game now for the Dolphins.
Chestnut for Benedict. He finds Poulin. Poulin inside for Kone, and that's a good defensive play there to make that a tough entry pass. Reese Brown all over Kone. Carter Wilson will check in for the Panthers. Dolphins with 7 to shoot here. Poulin will inbound. 6 on the shot clock. Chestnut around the back. Kick out. Poulin for 3. Splash.
Poulin right now, 2 for 2 from downtown. That's what you want to see if you're the Dolphins coaching staff. Poulin's going to find himself open, and he's able to knock down those shots. It's big for the team.
Ball outside with Brown. Now from the corner, Wilson goes to work. His floater is way off, and the rebound goes to Benedict. Benedict deep 3. Splash!
Benedict showing off the range, looking more and more comfortable with every single game. A little hesitant in his first game, but he had that big 3 from straight on late, and there he's showing off his prolific shooting again.
Dolphins are out to a 14-point lead just 6 minutes into this game, and they have forced another turnover. Wiggin for Benedict. Benedict for Poulin. Short. Rebound tipped out toward Poulin. He's got it.
Good effort on the glass there.
Well, the bench wanted Benedict to shoot that, and I thought he should have.
Well, we've seen Benedict. He is a very strong three-point shooter, but he has at times looked to pass a lot more often than looking to shoot.
Meanwhile, that possession came to an end with a foul call against Asa Kone. Second team foul on the Dolphins at the 13:46 mark. But speaking of welcome sights for this Dolphins coaching staff, as we have a break in the action here, how about this? Andrew Benedict way downtown. Thought maybe he could have shot the other as well, but elected to reset, and the bench wanted him to pull the trigger there. Whenever Coach Tibbs gets to stomping, you know he means business.
Hands on his hips. He means business.
But that's when he's close to stomping. Once he's stomping, the arms are usually swinging more freely. Three-pointer Wilson is good. That's a big basket for Adelphi.
Great look there from Wilson to kind of stop the bleeding a bit here. 18-7 game with 13:20 left in the first half.
That ends a 14-0 Dolphins run. Chestnut. Lefty layup won't go. Rebound Wilson. Kick out and an extra pass into the corner. Price is short, and Poulin has the board.
Another rebound for Poulin.
Wiggin is stripped, taken away by Wilson. Wilson drops it off, and the lefty layup is good by Walton.
They'll find a run now, 5-0 run. Good defense there leading to some easy offense.
Deshaun Walton with the finish in transition. Dolphins lead down to 9. This is Chestnut with the left.
What a strong move, double teamed, and he's able to lay it in with the left hand.
Chestnut has been on the receiving end of a lot of physical play around the rim this year. Has had a lot of his shots sent back. He has not been deterred, continues to stay aggressive, and it's paid off in this one.
Kone there forcing the travel. Dolphins will get the basketball. Goldstein and Tynes back in the game. Poulin and Chestnut to the bench. Strong start to this game for Poulin.
Poulin with 6 points on a couple of made three-pointers, 2 rebounds, and an assist. This is Tynes right back to Goldstein. 12 minutes to go in the half. The Dolphins lead by 11. Tynes for Wiggin. Wiggin for Goldstein. Deep three. Splash.
Goldstein got the ball after falling down, essentially, and he slow knocked on the three.
Goldstein is one of those players who we knew had a good three-point stroke, as that jumper is good. That was Price, but he's at the point now where it appears he has in-the-gym range, Nick.
Yeah, he's always had it, but he was always the younger guy on the team. But now, without a Waterman, without a Mallory, he's not holding back.
Goldstein with it in his hands here. Benedict thought about it. Looks to drive, gets inside, and lays it in.
Haven't seen that from Benedict yet, but great ability there to get to the basket.
Benedict having himself a nice first half, as that was tipped out of bounds by Wiggin. And that will send us to immediate timeout. Our score with 11:05 to go in this first half. The Dolphins 25 and the Panthers 11.
That's a timeout on betting. It completely changed the game, and you didn't even notice. Let me break it down for you. Betting ads are applying full court pressure and getting you to play the game. Many of you are falling for it and losing big money. Addiction is happening in some more than others. Now players are getting harassed by bettors. And we all know that's not how the game is won. So it's on us to be good teammates and draw the line to stay ahead of betting consequences.
Joe Foreman and Nick Durst back with you from the tank, where the Dolphins lead it by 14 in the first half. And you have to be thrilled if you're a fan of CSI with how they've started in this game. And it's been a recurring theme so far for them this season. They've gotten off to some nice starts. That trend was broken earlier in the week at Florida Southern, but they're right back on track here today.
Yeah, I said, maybe there might be some fatigue playing 5 games in 9 days. Not the case. It seems like they're getting better conditions, having been playing so much here over the past 9 days.
Looking at the Dolphins out there, and really any of these D2 athletes, you don't see many of them out on the basketball court who are lacking in terms of conditioning, at least not visibly. It is Panthers basketball, 11 minutes to go in the half. Rancy hands it off to Walton. His pull-up jumper rolls off, and Kone has the board. Benedict will bring it across the timeline. Price all over him.
Getting a look here at Benedict running the point for the first time this season.
Well, Goldstein getting some looks from off the ball could be dangerous. This is Benedict. Inside for Kone, 8 to shoot. Kone. Strong move, but can't finish.
He's looking for the foul call there.
Went down hard. He went right at his man. That was Brown on him, but couldn't finish as Tynes rebounds that miss. Dolphins looking to push. Benedict out for Goldstein. He will use the Kone screen. Alley-oop, and Kone is fouled.
5th foul now on Adelphi Kone. He's going to go to the free throw line now.
Well, if you're the Panthers, it has to be a bit of a relief that you've slowed down the rate at which you were fouling. You're at the midway point now with 5, not a terrible place to be.
Yeah, like I said, they were averaging a foul a minute the first 4 minutes. Darby and Chestnut getting set to check in. I'm going to assume Darby's coming in for the shooter. Chestnut likely for Benedict.
Kone has been at the line quite a bit early in the season for a big man. 13 free throws and a couple of games where he's played limited minutes, just 85 minutes for him in the Dolphins' 4 games this year. Comes in a 62% free throw shooter.
Well, he's definitely has no problem getting fouled, but he needs to certainly work on those free throws that he makes that second one there, and Darby will come in for it.
Oh, Darby will give him a break here. And I think early in the season, if you're a member of this Dolphins coaching staff or a fan of the team, you have to be happy with the way that Kone has taken a step forward offensively. He's needed to assume a bigger role, and so far, you have to like his aggressiveness, and even more than that, his efficiency, over 68% from the field.
Yeah, he's going to be a big piece of the offense this season.
Corner 3 by Jackson, no good, rebounded by Goldstein. Big crossover by Goldstein, and he had it stripped away. It was kicked. And Walton ended up losing his grip on it.
Yeah,
it will be Dolphins ball.
Tosses it out of bounds. And look at, you're right, Joe, looking now, 0 looks like a 1.
Yeah, it really does.
Connor Walton.
It's really.
Can't tell the number difference.
It's when you're viewing it from the side as we are at center court. When you're looking at it straight from behind, it's very clear. Not so much from our vantage point.
Yeah, it's more of like an oval. or a rectangle with a little slit in between.
It's a bit of an odd digit configuration. Now the officials are conversing here. And I think the question is whether or not Walton possessed the ball.
Well, it went off his hand, so it really shouldn't matter.
Well, if he possessed it.
Backcourt violation?
Well, no, if he possessed it, it would be a 30-second shot clock that would have resulted.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure how there could be 27 because if they say he possessed it, then it would have reset to 30.
Should be 29.
He bobbled. That would have taken a few seconds off, maybe 1 or 2. They've taken 3 off. And the Dolphins will take possession with 27 on the shot clock.
It is very quiet in here right now, Joe.
Yeah, I'm not sure how there could be 27 on the shot clock, and I think that's what Coach Tibbs was saying. The Dolphins were effectively penalized for the bobble by Walton. At least that's how it seemed. We could be wrong.
I don't think he ever possessed it.
I'm inclined to agree. This is Goldstein. Too strong. Rebound tipped, loose. Still on the floor, and Chestnut has it. Goldstein will fake and find Tynes inside Wiggin. Wiggin looking for room, kicks out. Dolphins will reset with 10 to shoot. Chestnut for Tynes. Tynes, floater, off the back rim and in.
A lot of ball movement there, an inadvertent shot clock horn, but Tynes able to lay it in.
Walton almost lost the ball again right there as Price finds the heel. It then hit off the frame of the backboard.
If you're TJ Tibbs, Joe, you couldn't have asked for more from his team here to start the game.
Knowing him, I bet he could find a way.
Well, I'm sure if I ask him at halftime, still plenty of time left in this first half, but coming off the Florida trip, this team's playing really crisp.
And that shot rolls off by Tynes, and it's off the foot of Walton.
Yeah, I think like Wiggin knocked it off Walton's foot there.
Well, let's take a look at the box score and see if we can find an area for improvement. I think
It's got to be the free throws.
Coach Tibbs would like to clean up 4 turnovers.
And the free throw.
The team's only missed 1 free throw, 3 of 4.
There's always room for improvement there. Yeah, certainly.
5 of 9 from 3, 10 of 17 from the field.
Would probably be it.
They forced 5 turnovers. As Goldstein was fouled, he will head to the line for 3 shots. Toe on the line, make it 2 shots. We have a great look at that, though. We can't see Goldstein, but we can certainly see his feet. This is why the men in the striped shirts are out there and we are not. And it rewound the whole replay. Let's scrub that forward a bit. There you go.
On the line, inside the line.
First free throw was good for Goldstein. And the Dolphins now lead by 19.
Dolphins looking good in their new home whites. Our cheerleaders with new uniforms as well for the first time in 20 years.
There's a floater by Al-Fatir Connor. Dolphin lead back down to 17. You know I'm a fan of the Columbia blue in any uniform variation, so of course I'm a fan of the new cheer uniforms, and I'm a big fan of these uniforms for the men's basketball team as well, as Chestnut lays that in.
I think we need some new Sportsnet apparel.
I completely agree with you.
We're like 5 years overdue.
Goldstein with the steal, out in transition, can't finish. That shot was altered inside by Rancy.
Yeah, it would have been a tough finish there. Connor finishes at the rim there, and Darby picks up the foul.
We'll get one more look at that last finish by Connor. And that foul will send us to immediate timeout inside of 8 minutes. Here's one more look at Al-Fatir Connor. As he makes it a 17-point game, he'll head to the line for one more. Our score, Staten Island 32 and Adelphi 15, 7:27 to go in the first half.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
And we're back from the tank where the Dolphins lead the Panthers 32-15. 7:27 to go in the first half, and one more free throw upcoming at the other end of the floor. The Dolphins in this game have been to the line 6 times. Adelphi will take their first free throw as Alphatir Connor was fouled on that last May Panthers basket.
Brandon Torres checking into the game for the Dolphins.
Torres had a couple of threes in the game earlier in the week. That free throw rattles in for Connor, and the Dolphins lead is 16. Chestnut for Torres. Now Goldstein over to Wiggin. And Wiggin threw it away.
Looks like he thought Goldstein was going to cut to the basket.
The Dolphins, number 1, Joey Poulin, and number 10, Asa Kone.
Joey Poulin and Asa Kone will check back in for the Dolphins here. Panthers work it around the perimeter. Connor over to McQueen. McQueen, floater in the lane is short. Kone with the rebound.
Big rebound there by Kone off the bench.
Chestnut for Goldstein. Goldstein to the basket, and he is rejected. Went down hard as well.
Went into a lot of traffic there.
Tough to come out of that with 2 points as that shot high off glass won't go. Rebound Kone.
Kone putting on a show on the glass.
And Chestnut put that one a bit too high for Kone. He pats his chest and says, my bad. As the Dolphins turn it over for the 5th time.
Dolphins getting a little sloppy with the ball here. Past minute and a half or so.
Lead remains 16 points. Back to the basket. This is Burke. Feeds it right over to Connor. Connor outside for Jackson. He uses the screen. Shot fake. Short feed. And a foul called against Torres.
It's a good foul there for Torres to prevent an easy layup or dunk there by Rancy.
His first in the Dolphins, 4th of the opening half. At the line for Adelphi, number 14, Jamel Rancy.
To the line, Jarnell Rancy. To be fair, though, Nick,
It looks like
it really does. The R followed by the N looks a lot like an M as Rancy airballs the free throw. As I'm sure you know, Nick, this is not the only CSI basketball team in action today. The women are on the road at East Stroudsburg, and that game should be wrapped up.
Tough loss on Sunday here in the tank for the women.
Well, it was a tough loss today as well, Nick. The Dolphins lost by 33, 74-41.
Yikes. We'll see them back in action Tuesday night.
Pull up by Chestnut is good, and the Dolphins lead by 17.
Chestnut pulling up there. Was wide open. Knocks it down.
Well, Chestnut has had himself a nice first half. And a foul's called there.
Well, fouls are close now. Adelphi was having a lot of foul trouble early on, but now it's 6 fouls for them, 5 for the Dolphins with 5:17 left in the half.
Off the inbound, Connor working the baseline, picked up his dribble. McQueen out to Burke. Way off. I have to admit, Nick, calling the game and remembering to start the clock is a big time ask.
Got to get that scoreboard fixed somehow.
Yeah, we've had a lot of issues with it in the past, and going to draft that email to get that taken care of as soon as I get upstairs.
4:55 left in the half. As that ball is off Chestnut and out of bounds. Another turnover here for the Dolphins.
And I think we found that one area that the Dolphins will look to improve upon in the second half.
Should I ask TJ right away, like, what are you going to do about these turnovers?
I would not ask that. Not as the lead question. Connor into the corner for McQueen. This is Walton. Back to Connor, big jab step. Almost lost the handle. Rancy given plenty of room, and he makes the Dolphins pay.
What was in the line there?
Good thing you caught it, Nick. See, when I have to go to adjust the scoreboard, you don't get a chance to eye those details. It's right down to the monitor.
So Adelphi has trimmed this lead down now. And see if the Dolphins can answer.
Torres. Step back jumper. Rattles in.
Nice job on the step back there.
The Dolphins have gotten some good minutes out of Torres off the bench so far this season. And with the way he's played, especially with the way he shot it, I think we'd be inclined to see that continue as the Dolphins force another turnover.
Future looks bright with this freshman class the Dolphins have brought in.
Chestnut on the drive, finds Kone. Kone ends up on the floor again, couldn't finish.
Nice defense by Jarnell Rancy.
That is a tough shot from nearly behind the glass, and Connor got the bounce.
Connor thought he should have been called for a foul against him there.
Well, to end up where he did, it almost seems like he would have had to have been helped toward that baseline. We'll get another look at it a bit later. 3 minutes to go in the half. Dolphins lead by 15, and we say it all the time, Nick. Dolphins have to close the half strong, and there's a nice start.
Yeah, right now, it's just going back and forth between a 15 to a 17-point lead. So this is crunch time for both teams here to close the half.
Dolphins back ahead by 17. Panthers really haven't gotten too close at any point since the early going, as that three-pointer is good by Connor.
Yeah, if Adelphi can go into the half here, closing this to within 12. I think they'll take that.
Connor joins Chestnut as the two players in double figures. Chestnut leading all scorers with 13. Connor now has 10. Chestnut out to Torres for three. Too strong. There's a big rebound by McQueen. He threw it away, and Poulin was blocked.
So that was going to be a goaltending.
Rancy came back to send that shot away. What a play by Rancy.
Yeah, Poulin thought he had an easy layup.
I thought he had an easy layup.
Rancy out of nowhere.
And the Dolphins call timeout.
Using or losing. Good call for a timeout.
That will become a media timeout. 1:56 to go, first half. Our score, Staten Island 38 and Adelphi 24.
The NCAA sponsors 90 national championships each year, none of which could happen without officials. There's an urgent need for sports officials across the country, as they are retiring 4 times faster than they are coming in, leaving shortages at all levels of sport. The NCAA recognizes the importance of officiating on the student-athlete experience and is dedicated to the recruitment and retention of new officials for all sports. There are many great reasons to become an official. Stay in shape and get paid to do so. Meet new people and build relationships within a tight-knit community. Give back to the sport you love by creating a fair atmosphere and upholding the integrity of the game. Say yes to officiating. Visit ncaa.org/say yes to officiating for more information on how to get started.
Final 2 minutes of the first half from the College of Staten Island sees the College of Staten Island Dolphins leading the Adelphi University Panthers 38-24. For the break, Dolphins had an opportunity to make this a 16-point game again, but Joey Poulin's shot was sent back inside by Jarnell Rancy. Dolphins then called timeout with 16 to shoot following the offensive rebound, and we'll see what CSI diagram during that timeout.
Interesting to see who's going to inbound here. Usually in these instances we've seen Chestnut inbounds when you're going to run a half-court play.
Well, speaking of Chestnut, he is CSI's leading scorer with 13, 6 of 8 from the field, 1 of 2 from downtown with 4 assists. Does have 3 turnovers, and I think the turnovers are the area where the team would like to see him clean things up just a bit. Turnovers have been problematic for him early in the season. Second leading scorer, Aaron Goldstein with 7. Poulin with 6, as we mentioned earlier, and Andrew Benedict with 5. Connor with 10 for Adelphi. No other Panther with more than 3. Goldstein inbounds for Chestnut. Now 12 on the shot clock. And Tynes lost the handle off the feed from Chestnut. Walton was stripped, and it will stay at this end. Chestnut with a good defensive play to knock that one away.
Yet another turnover for the Dolphins.
I think if Walton finds it in the second half, the Panthers could find themselves right back in this game. But the Dolphins so far have done a really good job of keeping him at bay. He's 1 of 6. And that pull-up jumper is good.
12-point game now, so Adelphi with a realistic chance to make this a 10-point game before half.
I think if you're the Dolphins, you have to go into halftime with a double-digit lead. The way this half has gone, it's Tynes. Big hop step, fadeaway jumper rolls off, and Kone was fouled in pursuit of that rebound.
7th foul on Adelphi. So good job by them to stay out of foul trouble this half.
Yeah, it looked early on as if the Panthers were going to find themselves in the penalty earlier than the midway point of the half. Asa Kone will head back to the line for the Dolphins. 1-1 coming up. He's 1 for 2 from the stripe in this game. And his first free throw is good. I think if you're the Dolphins here, what you're looking for is a made free throw, a stop, and one more basket. It puts you in a pretty good spot going into halftime relative to where you've been for much of this half. I think if you told this team they would take a double-digit lead of any kind into the locker room against this Panthers squad, they would have taken it. But you led this game by 17. I think you'd like to go into the half close to that if you can.
14-point lead right now.
Final minute of the half here as that shot comes up short on the inside. Dolphins can go 2 for 1. They don't have to rush it. Goldstein scores.
2 points there, but fantastic job there to stretch the lead up to 16 now.
Well, that gets him the 2 for 1, and where I come from on the courts in NBA 2K, they call that the crab. Got the defender on his back and put up the shot with nobody between him and the basket. The long 2 makes it a 16-point game. This is Rancy, defended by Kone, and the hook shot rattles out. 12 seconds to go in the half. 12.
The last shot now.
Our on-screen clock a bit behind. Dolphins with 5, 4, and a foul is called, so we'll get those clocks synced up, and that's a bad foul by the Panthers.
That's the guy you want to send to the free throw line for a 1-on-1 if you're a Delphi.
Yeah, I'm certainly not committing that foul if I'm a Delphi. Coming up next, our TLC Physical Therapy Halftime Report featuring men's basketball head coach TJ Tibbs. He'll get a chance to join us here on the air, and Nick will get a chance to ask him whatever he pleases. Stay tuned for that coming up next.
Yeah, maybe I'll ask him about how it was to see you down in Florida.
Well, the funny thing about that, Nick, is that he is the only person on that trip who was not surprised to see me. The assistants had
You'll
no
be taking
idea.
a bunch of trips with this team on the road this season.
Well,
Go
I
to
was
Buffalo,
supposed to.
right?
I was supposed to go up to Spark Hill, but that's the weekend. You and I will be in Orlando.
Well, I think you're going to Buffalo. I think you're going to do the Buffalo trip then.
Buffalo is a maybe because I am away around New Year's, and the Buffalo trip is the first week of the new year, so I'd be coming back and then going right back on another trip. We'll see.
Maybe you could fly directly from Florida to Buffalo.
3 seconds. That would count, and it's too strong. That will bring us to halftime. Our score at the break, Staten Island 44, Adelphi 26. Coming up next, our TLC Physical Therapy halftime report featuring men's basketball head coach TJ Tibbs. And we are back for the TLC Physical Therapy halftime report. Nick is joined down on the floor by men's basketball head coach TJ Tibbs, along with a special guest. Nick, take it away.
Thanks, Joe. I'm here with Coach Tibbs and Antonio, the birthday boy. Antonio, how do you like what you're seeing out of Coach Tibbs' team tonight?
Yeah.
They're playing well, right?
Uh-huh.
Excellent coaching, right?
Yep.
All right, Coach Tibbs, fifth game in 9 days. Team's not showing any fatigue at all. What have you liked out of your team in the first half?
Yeah, the energy, they're playing really hard, like you said. We can't make any excuses. We knew what the schedule was since the summer, so you want to go down to Florida, challenge yourself so you can be prepared for an excellent program that Dave Duke has at Adelphi. So we're playing well right now, but we know Adelphi is going to come out. They're really tough. They're one of the best teams of the region. They were last year, so we got to be ready for the punch they're going to throw for us after halftime.
All right, Antonio, what's your team? What school or church you at?
St. Pat.
St. Pat. So, Coach, obviously you have the teams here all the time. What does it mean for your players to have all the kids here cheering them on pregame?
I think it's important. I think everybody should come out here because I think our kids are great role models to not only guys like Antonio, who's his 9th birthday, but other kids that are here. So I love the support that we get from Staten Islanders. We have great young men here in the program, from freshmen to seniors to fifth years, and I think you should bring your kids down to a game to come meet my guys because they take on the role of responsibility of being a role model very seriously, and we love that.
All right, Coach, Antonio, thank you for your time. Best luck in the second half. Joe, back over to you at the commentary desk.
All right, thank you, Nick. Thank you to Antonio, and of course, men's basketball head coach TJ Tibbs for joining us as part of our TLC Physical Therapy halftime report. We head to the halftime break. Our score, the Dolphins 44 and the Panthers 26. More to come here on CSI Sportsnet following the halftime break.
Let's welcome now tonight's junior basketball players for tonight's halftime shoot-around. Let's welcome Rocco Antoncia, Santino Romano, Rocco Mazzullo, Mason DePuma, Aaron Villacris, Joseph Del Albero, James Danilo, Joseph Esposito, and Antonio Mazzariello, who's celebrating his 9th birthday today. Happy birthday, Antonio! welcome back to the court your CSI Dolphins. Second half, CSI would like to thank all of its corporate sponsors. We would like to thank Buffalo Wild Wings, TLC Physical Therapy, Jimmy Max, Kettle Black, Cobra, McDonald's, and Richmond University Medical Center. We thank you for your continued support of CSI Athletics. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to let you know that once again, CSI is selling concessions located on the upper concourse of the arena. Now would be the perfect time to go get your hot dogs, pretzels, snacks, chips, soda.
Joe Foreman and Nick Durst back on the call with you from the College of Staten Island, where the Dolphins lead Adelphi University by a score of 44-26. And Nick, it was a strong first half from the Dolphins and a strong half from J.J. Chestnut and from Aaron Goldstein, both in double figures. The Dolphin guard play this year has been really strong, and when you get both Chestnut and Goldstein on point at the same time, this is a very different-looking Dolphins team.
Yeah, they certainly led the way so far this season offensively, both playing some major minutes, and it's paying off thus far. Dolphins up here pretty big early, but want to continue to attack and not sit back. because Adelphi is very skilled and could put up points in a hurry.
All right, we'll get that graphic cleared away and get the clock up for you momentarily as we begin the second half from the tank. Dolphins with an 18-point lead. Panthers going to work offensively, and they've turned it over again. Poulin, all tied up, finds Tynes, and the Dolphins will regroup right here. Goldstein driving the baseline, looks to reverse and draws a foul. Well,
right on cue. This is exactly how Adelphi started off the first half, with a foul within the first 35 seconds.
The visiting fans did not like that call, to put it mildly.
They are letting the refs have it.
Goldstein will head to the line for 2 shots.
Number 21, Aaron Goldstein.
Makes that first one with ease.
Checking in for Adelphi, number 12, Carter Wilson.
And immediately, with that quick foul, Connor heads to the bench with 3 personals. That is a big loss for the Panthers. He's their leading scorer, the only Panther with more than 3 points in this game. As Goldstein hits both.
20-point lead for the Dolphins.
CSI has played very well in this game as Wilson knocks down that 3-pointer, but by no means can they afford to get complacent against a Panthers team that comes in unbeaten. You hear the respect that Coach Tibbs has for Panthers head coach Dave Duke in his 11th season. He knows that this Panthers team is not going away in this game. Goldstein for Kone. Kone picked up his dribble. He's in trouble, and he is stripped. This is Jackson, and he's fouled.
Chestnut commits the foul.
Foul number 3.
And Mason Jackson will go to the free throw line.
First of the second half.
First CSI foul of this second half.
At the line for Adelphi, number 4, Mason Jackson.
That free throw rattles in. A camera view a bit wider than normal at this end of the floor, but didn't have Pat down for the pregame. Adjusted for halftime, and I think it's good enough. We're still waiting on additional 4K HD cameras. Our main camera up top is our best as the Dolphins turn it over.
Yeah, we should be all 8K next year.
Well, let's not get carried away, Nick. 8K is expensive.
We'll be doing the games in 3D by 2030.
Not to mention our software only takes 1080p. As the Dolphins commit a foul there.
So with those 4K cameras, it's only going to push out in 1080.
The stream is in 1080p, 30 frames per second. The thing is, and really, I personally have found that where you're streaming dictates how fluid the video looks almost entirely. So, for example, when we streamed to Huddle from the Huddle platform production truck last year, it was pretty seamless. The video looked as fluid as it gets. When you go production truck over to YouTube, you lose a bit, but not that much from my experience. When you go from Huddle to Flow, it doesn't seem to me that the video is broadcast as fluidly.
It's kind of like when Android sends a video text to an iPhone.
It's kind of a mismatch. As that's poked away from Kone, the Dolphins turn it over again. And the Panthers throw up an air ball. Jackson was wide open.
Yeah, Rancy, I believe, fouled the Chestnut there on the air ball.
Foul on number 14, Jamal Rancy. That will be his second, and the Panthers' second
team foul on Adelphi, second on Rancy.
2 fouls each here for both teams. 18 minutes left in the game.
Were it not for our use of instant replay, I would be inclined to switch our streaming platform over to OBS.
Yeah, but what's a broadcast without a replay?
I agree. As the Dolphins turn it over again. It really seems like the Dolphins may need a timeout here, Nick.
Let's see. I think Tibbs is going to just let the players play here.
For the Dolphins, that's their 4th turnover of the half.
It's crazy.
We've played just over 2 minutes. Quick passing here by Adelphi. Jackson will try again, and he's short on that 3.
Jackson keeps finding himself wide open from downtown, but 0 for 2 here in the second half.
The Dolphins won't get away with leaving him open for another 17 minutes plus, that's for sure. Chestnut on the pull-up. Too strong, and Kone was fouled.
3 fouls now on Adelphi, but this is exactly what happened in the first half. A foul per minute for the first 4 minutes.
Well, the Panthers certainly cannot afford to find themselves in foul trouble here in the second half. They've already lost Connor to his foul trouble, but with the Dolphins already leading by double digits, you can't have that. And CSI has turned it over again.
5 turnovers in 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
Well, I mentioned the Dolphins can't get away with leaving shooters open the rest of the way in this game. I think we touched on it during the pregame. The Panthers have 3 top scorers, all 3 of their leading scorers, shooting at least 53% from the field as the Dolphins commit a foul on the inside. Walton, 57%, Jackson, 53%, and Burke, 54%. You don't often see that. And then Zachary McQueen is shooting nearly 57%. Jarnell Rancy at the line knocks down the first free throw. Second, no good.
Stay at a 12-point game right now. Dolphins had this up to a 20-point game earlier in the half.
Goldstein. Nice move through traffic, and he finishes.
Left-handed, underhanded scoop layup there. Full head of steam going to the basket.
The Panthers can't answer back. Burke with the rebound, and he was fouled.
4th team foul now for the Dolphins, so it looks like fouls are going to come into play here big in this half.
Well, we talked so much about Aaron Goldstein shooting. How about this finish? Able to weave his way through 2 defenders as well. Gets inside, and as you said, Nick, converts with the left.
Full head of steam when he goes to the basket.
Well, for the moment, Nick, our video feed has frozen. I'm not exactly sure why or how, but we might have to give it a reboot here.
Uh-oh. It looks like the ref's moving.
Well, the feed on my screen is good, but the feed going out does not appear good. So what we're going to do is throw up our image overlay for now. And it doesn't appear that's working either, Nick. So as Goldstein knocks down the jumper.
Number 21, Aaron Goldstein.
So right now, I'm operating our scoreboard and clock. We'll bring you through, and once our video returns, we'll get you that as Walton knocks down a 3. And Nick, this is a big reason why I'm a proponent of perhaps switching the streaming software. All right, it appears we're back. Not exactly sure what happened.
Looks like Chestnut's going to shoot 3. When we come back from this immediate timeout. It's Mason Jackson fouled him.
We'll attend to our technical issues, and when we come back, it is a 13-point game with free throws upcoming. Our score, Staten Island 50 and Adelphi 37. All right, we gave some of our system a memory clearing, and hopefully that is enough to get us through the remainder of this game. But
so they're saying non-shooting foul, so Dolphins inbounded.
All right, non-shooting foul committed against Chestnut. Dolphins possess it, leading by 13, 12 to shoot, and Goldstein finishes off the feed from Wiggin.
What a pass by Wiggin. Usually it's the opposite, Joe. Usually you see Goldstein feeding Wiggin to the basket.
Dolphins forcing another Panthers turnover. Goldstein fired up, and CSI defensively, despite their own turnover woes in this game, have done a good job forcing Adelphi into some giveaways.
Certainly have looked good defensively.
Can Goldstein return the favor? No, he cannot. And I think we had a foul call.
5th foul on the Dolphins.
Dolphins have piled up the fouls very quickly. As we were attending to our technical issue, how many fouls did I miss? 2 or 3? Because my tally was a bit off, Nick.
9 fouls total in this half.
That ball came loose.
Jump ball.
Jump ball called. Possession arrow favors the Dolphins. Meanwhile, here's a look at that feed from Wiggin to Goldstein. Goldstein very nearly returned the favor on the very next possession. Goldstein with it in his hands once again. And he finds Wiggin. Wiggins' fadeaway is good.
Well, I don't know if that was a pass, but it worked all the same there as Wiggin scores.
Well, I said he found Wiggin. I didn't say how.
The ball found Wiggin.
It did. Jackson thought about it. Looks to work inside. Kicks out. Walton on the pull-up. Nope. Had to get rid of it. Good defense there by the Dolphins, but not for the full 30. That's Rancy with the easy 2. Goldstein tried the alley-oop. Kone was all sorts of tied up inside. Not really a window for that. Price off the fake, pulls up, and knocks it down.
Great fake there by Matthew Price.
Dolphins lead trimmed down to 13. Goldstein goes to work using the pull-in screen. Kicks out, Poulin for 3. No good. Rebound loose inside and pulled in by Jackson.
Make this a 10-point game here at Adelphi with a 3.
Dolphins have done a pretty good job keeping the Panthers at arm's length. And Walton was fouled. I think they said before the shot.
6th foul, though. So 1 away from the penalty.
And I think that's very concerning if you're the Dolphins. Meanwhile, the Dolphins now have 14 turnovers.
That's concerning as well.
Sure. Kone with 6, Chestnut with 4. JJ on the bench right now. Goldstein now with 19 to lead all scorers. He's 6 of 9 from the field, 6 of 6 from the line. And you have to think, with the way he's playing early in the season, he might contend for a conference scoring title. And you said you expect him to be a potential Player of the Year candidate.
Yeah, him and I forgot his name, the Damon player who won last year.
Sure.
Will be the 2 favorites. Damon's player, I'll be the favorite, of course, because he won last year.
I hate to get a name wrong, but I'm fairly certain that's Benjamin Bill. Hopefully I'm right.
I think so. But yeah, I think Goldstein, scoring-wise, should be up there. Top 3 for sure.
I think with what this team has asked of him early in the year, there's no doubt that he should be expected to finish among the league's top scorers. At the other end of the floor, it was Mason Jackson with the running floater off glass. Goldstein being harassed by Rancy, gets inside, throws it up and can't convert. If Goldstein had managed to find a way to put that one in, that would have been as acrobatic a finish as we've seen this year.
Well, the ball ends up out of bounds, and now Adelphi, Joe, can make this a single-digit game.
For all the good things the Dolphins have done, it's been the turnovers that have kept the Panthers in this game. 12:45 to go. CSI leads 54-43. Feed inside, Birkin. There's team foul number 7.
I don't know about that foul call, but Burke will go to the free throw line for the 101 now with the chance to make this a 9-point game.
I think a big concern if you're the Dolphins, on top of the foul trouble and the turnovers, of course, you have several players for Adelphi that are accustomed to scoring in double figures, and outside of Connor, who misses the front end of the 1-and-1, many of the Panthers were shut down offensively in the first half, and if you give those guys a chance to get going, seeing the ball going in from the line, as Goldstein buries one from the fin.
Wow. Good as gold. Fins up. Aaron Goldstein knocking down the big-time 3.
You don't see many players pull up from there. We'll get one more look shortly as Walton goes right at Wigan and converts. Action really beginning to pick up here, but Nick, as I was saying, if you're the Dolphins, you don't want to see those Panthers who have been held out of the score column get a chance to see the ball go in from the line. Goldstein being harassed finds Benedict. Now Kone looking to post up, working against Burke. Couple of fakes, and is short on the hook. Walton with the rebound, and here comes Adelphi. Up ahead, Jackson is fouled.
All right, well, I'm sure we'll get a look at that Aaron 3 here as Aaron commits the foul, and back to the free throw line Adelphi goes.
We'll slow it down as we head to immediate timeout. A long AG3 right here, crossover, and I'm not even sure if you can call that the fin.
From the volleyball court. It's from the center of the volleyball court.
There you go. A long 3 ball for Aaron Goldstein. And the Dolphins' lead is 12 points. Free throws coming up for Adelphi when we come back. 11:36 to go in the half. CSI leads 57-45.
Kettle Black on Staten Island, a top 5 wing joint in America by Food and Wine magazine. Serving daily lunch and dinner at the bar or on the floor. Perfect for family and group parties with top shelf drink and delicious food. From great times with good friends. Live sports and watch parties. To Staten Island's hottest nightlife. The Kettle Black features live music and DJs weekly. The Kettle Black features daily and nightly food and drink specials. The best Staten Island has to offer is at the Kettle Black. We'll see you there at the Kettle Black, located on 415 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
Joe Foreman back with you alongside Nick Durst. And with 11:36 to go, it is a 12-point Dolphin lead. And the Panthers will have a chance to cut to 10 here. And the front end of the 1-and-1 once again no good. So the Panthers have left some points on the table at the line here in the second half.
They can't capitalize right now, and that's keeping them at bay here as the Dolphins continue to turn it over and give the Panthers chances to get back into this one.
Well, for the game, Adelphi 7 of 13 from the stripe. Chestnut. Errant pass is tipped out of bounds. Dolphins will inbound from the baseline here, and they throw it away.
Another turnover.
It has been a really messy second half for the Dolphins in terms of turnovers. They're
Eventually,
now
something
15.
has to give here. The Dolphins either going to have to stop turning over, or Adelphi is going to start hitting free throws, and that's going to tell us a lot about the outcome of this game.
It's a good point. As much as the Dolphins have struggled with turnovers here in the second half, their lead has not really shrunk much. That shot off the back iron by Walton. He'll get a second chance from 3, and he knocks it down. Single-digit lead now, 9-point game.
9-point game, so big difference from 20 points early on in this half. Dolphins have left the door wide open for the Panthers here with all the turnovers.
Well, right as I mentioned, how the lead really hasn't decreased much. It's now a single-digit game. Benedict outside, and Goldstein is short on the 3. Tie up on the rebound, and a whistle did come in.
Jump ball, it's going to be Panthers ball.
Possession arrow favoring Adelphi.
Anybody's game here with 10:24 left. Dolphins in the penalty as well with the fouls, so Adelphi could certainly do some damage here.
Walton will bring it up with just shy of 10.5 to go. CSI lead has been trimmed to 9. Walton uses the Burke screen. Pull-up jumper is good, and Nick, I mentioned it in the first half. If he gets going, this game could get close quickly.
He's getting going now, 7-point game.
You couldn't expect to shut him out if you're the Dolphins. They did a great job on him in the first half. But those last 2 makes, he's beginning to heat up a bit. Chestnut for Benedict. Benedict back to the basket. Throws one up and can't finish. It's a tough shot. Adelphi on the move. Walton kicks out. Connor back in there, look to drive, finds Burke. Burke against Tynes with the left, and he gets the roll.
5-point game.
Plenty of time remaining in this one. 9:20 on the clock, and the Dolphin lead has been trimmed down to 5 points. Chestnut uses the Kone screen. Floater, and that's a big basket for J.J. Chestnut.
What a deep floater there from the free throw line almost. Dolphins desperately needed a basket, and Chestnut delivers.
Timeout taken by the Dolphins becomes a media timeout. J.J. Chestnut delivers a big basket for CSI as this floater makes it a 7-point game. We head to break with Staten Island leading Adelphi 59-52.
Campuses nationwide, the NCAA is making transformative changes for student athletes. While they pursue their biggest dreams, we're launching new initiatives to help them. Life-changing education opportunities are just the start. The NCAA is providing enhanced mental health services. We're guaranteeing scholarships and tuition and expanding access to healthcare. Visit ncaa.org/change to learn more.
Joe Foreman and Nick Durst back with you from the College of Staten Island, where the Dolphins lead is 7 points, 9:06 remaining in the second half. And Nick, it's been another good one here from the Tank. We've been no strangers to closely contested affairs thus far this year.
Another close one here, as I didn't really see this coming when the Dolphins were up 50 to start this half early on.
Shot fake there by Walton. Rancy was given room again, gets to work downhill and gets the bounce.
Oh, he gets right to the basket there. Poulin didn't want to commit the foul.
And that was a tough cover for Joey Poulin once Rancy got moving downhill. This is Kone, double team, finds an open Tynes. And that's an ET3.
Dolphins needed that because if they missed, Adelphi would have had a chance to make it a one-possession game.
That is a big-time shot by Tynes. The Dolphins were in need of that basket.
Some breathing room now, up 8.
Connor in heavy traffic, kicks out to Walton. Now Burke left open. Off the mark. Chestnut now up the floor. Looks to drive. Lefty floater is good.
Joe Duffy caught that, but when JJ got the ball, he kind of was timed pretty slow. It's calmed down. Then he found the lane and jetted right to the basket for the layup.
And here's one more look at that last make by JJ Chestnut. He is beginning to heat up here in the second half after a big first half. JJ to the rim, and he wasn't going to be able to finish that with the right, no matter. Switches to the left and goes high off glass. 7:49 to go. Dolphins lead 64-54.
The NCAA sponsors 90 national championships each year, none of which could happen without officials. There's an urgent need for sports officials across the country, as they are retiring 4 times faster than they are coming in, leaving shortages at all levels of sport. The NCAA recognizes the importance of officiating on the student-athlete experience and is dedicated to the recruitment and retention of new officials for all sports. There are many great reasons to become an official. Stay in shape and get paid to do so. Meet new people and build relationships within a tight-knit community. Give back to the sport you love by creating a fair atmosphere and upholding the integrity of the game. Say yes to officiating. Visit ncaa.org/say yes to officiating for more information on how to get started.
Final 8 minutes from the tank with the Dolphins leading by 10. Our score, Staten Island 64 and Adelphi 54. Panthers have been within single digits a couple of times here in this second half. Cut the Dolphins lead all the way down to 5 at one point, but CSI back in front by double figures. Connor with a quick first step finds Rancy and he drops it in.
Back to 8 points now.
That quick first step by Connor put the Dolphins in a tough position defensively as soon as he made his move toward the rim. Tynes off the mark from 3. Kone with the rebound and save.
Huge rebound by Kone.
Tynes wanted it back, and Chestnut didn't see him. Tynes now, tough fall away jumper, rolls out.
Tough look there.
Yeah, Tynes wanted one more crack at the 3. McQueen with the fake. Walton, hop step, pull up, is good. Walton's had himself quite the second half.
2-possession game after that Walton make.
Walton with 16 following that last basket. Chestnut wanted Kone on the cut. Asa wasn't ready.
Another turnover for the Dolphins.
Walton finds McQueen. Off back iron and rebounded by Tynes. That would have made it a 1-possession game. Chestnut out to Goldstein. AG on the drive, hangs and hits.
Tough finish. Made it look easy.
Goldstein absorbs the contact and banks it in to make it an 8-point game.
Goldstein and Chestnut, the 2 leading scorers for the Dolphins, scoring 2 of their latest baskets to keep the game as we get another foul here.
Goldstein now with 24, Chestnut with 17. No other Dolphin with more than 6. Meanwhile, that's the 19th foul on the Dolphins.
Kone's calling for a sub And here comes Wigan.
Number 35, Mitchell Wigan.
We saw the Dolphins go without a big in the game on opening weekend.
Checking in for Adelphi, number 4,
And
Mason Jackson.
we thought, boy, they could be in a lot of trouble. They immediately made a run. Now we'll see if Burke can take advantage of a size mismatch. And this time he does take advantage from the line where he missed the front end of a 1-and-1 earlier. Second free throw is good. Dolphin lead. Back down to 6. 6 minutes to play. Goldstein hands it back to Chestnut. Chestnut working inside, and the finger roll nearly went down. JJ will head to the line for 2 shots.
So Adelphi was able to get this to a 5-point game. Then Dolphins got it back to 10. Now it's a 6-point game. And Chestnut goes to the free throw line here for some big free throws.
And that is how close it was. And Chestnut hits the first. Dolphins have missed just 1 free throw. The Panthers have missed 6. And wouldn't you know it, Nick, the difference in the game, 7 points.
Always seems to play out that way.
And Chestnut gets the roll on that second attempt. Somehow the clock was running through the free throws. No idea how that happened, but we'll get that corrected. I know for sure I stopped it.
I know I said Mick as we have a foul here on Adelphi.
That's a throwback. That is a throwback for those who have been with us now for close to a decade.
That was in the Sportsnet era.
They might get the reference. Well, that was during the YouTube era.
Yeah, YouTube.
It's always the Sportsnet
the CSI
era.
Sportsnet YouTube channel era.
It's funny you mentioned that. I just uploaded all of opening weekend while we were here because the wired internet in the gym is fast. So
Great.
I uploaded everything pregame. Normally I would have done that the same day, but we had 9 games in 3 days, and I had no free time.
So everything's unlisted?
It's public. As Chestnut's floater is short, he ended up on the floor, and it will be Panthers ball.
Wow.
After 24 hours, we can post the game wherever we want.
Oh, perfect. We should publicize that.
Well, I think the big reason to publicize it is that a lot of our games have not been archived.
Yeah, nothing's showing up after on Flow.
So they're working on it. New system for them. Give them some grace. Jackson gets the bounce.
Tough finish. 6-point game now. 5 minutes left here. Anybody's game, Joe. Dolphins 9 fouls. Adelphi 6.
That's a really tough finish by Jackson. Goldstein around the back for Wigan. Wigan hangs and hits.
What a pass. What a finish. Goldstein to Wigan. We've seen it before, but never like that.
That is an impressive finish by Wigan and a stop at the other end.
Wigan with the block.
The Dolphins off to the races here. We'll take a moment and slow things down. Now Poulin. Poulin with a fake, and he traveled. That is a big stop for the Panthers in an 8-point game as well. Just over 4 minutes to play. They let it roll. It's scooped up by Connor. Walton, step back 3. He buries it.
Well, you said it, Joe, earlier. Eventually, Walton and Jackson were going to heat up, and they have here.
Can the Dolphins hold off this late Panthers surge? Wigan looking to drive. Fades away, and he's short.
Adelphi now can make this a 1-possession game with 3:50 left.
Great passing. Jackson, 4-3, and it's a 2-point game. Timeout, Panthers. 3:45 to go, and the Dolphin lead has been cut to a pair. Our score, Staten Island 70 and Adelphi 68.
CSI would like to thank all of our corporate sponsors: Buffalo Wild Wings, TLC Physical Therapy, Jimmy Max, Kettle Black, Cobra.
NCAA athletes don't just compete, they make history. Representing our nation with pride and excellence, they bring home the hardware. Our college campuses serve as training grounds for the next generation of stars. Catch tomorrow's Olympians and Paralympians on the NCAA Championship stage today.
Final 4 minutes from the tank, where the Dolphins' lead has been cut to 2. And Nick, we mentioned the Dolphins in the second half have struggled with turnovers, but for much of the half, Adelphi was really unable to get much closer than 12, maybe even 10. But it seems like once they cut it to 5, it bounced back to 10 briefly, but it's been a different game, and a big reason why is the play of Deshaun Walton.
Yeah, it just seems right now inevitable that Adelphi is going to be able to tie this game. See what the Dolphins are able to do here out of the timeout.
This is a big possession for CSI. A chance to make it a 2-score game with a bucket on this trip down the floor. Chestnut backing in. Fakes and throws up a wild shot. Kone got his hands on it and secures the rebound. And a foul was called. That is number 7 against the Panthers.
That's big for the Dolphins.
Well, in the midst of a run where, as you said, Nick, it appeared almost inevitable that they were going to be able to get even in this game, to give the Dolphins a chance at the line is not what you're looking for. And Kone's way short. Rebound Panthers.
Panthers could tie it or take the lead on this possession with 3:15 left in the game.
Well, maybe that's what they wanted to do after all, Nick. Give the Dolphins a chance at 1-1. Walton had his pass tipped. They swing it around the outside. Connor regained his handle. Now Jackson. Along the baseline, Rancy had it poked away. Jackson finds Connor. Short. Rebound to Goldstein.
Good defense there by the Dolphins. Almost had a few steals.
Goldstein left open. Did not shoot it.
Looking for the perfect shot here in a 2-point game.
Have to admit, Nick, I'm shocked that he didn't pull the trigger. But he tries that one. Bit strong. Rebound pulled in by Jackson. And you have to think, Nick, if he was willing to shoot that, probably go up with the first one.
See what happens here. 2:20 left in the game. Anybody's game here, 2-point game.
Connor bounce pass inside. Walton had it knocked away, and it's rebounded by Kone.
Kone has been incredible on the glass today.
And he has been all season. That last rebound, number 12 for Kone. Final 2 minutes from the tank in a 2-point game. Goldstein uses the Tynes screen. Finds Poulin. Now Chestnut. 8 to shoot. JJ, lefty floater, rolls off. Tipped by Kone, no good. And the rebound by Rancy.
Just seems like this is going to come down to the final shot here, Joe.
Price into the corner. Jackson. Defended by Chestnut. Panthers work it around the outside. Connor on the drive. Can't finish. Rancy's putback, no good, but he was fouled.
I almost thought Rancy pushed Kone there.
We'll get a look at this one slowed down.
Foul number 10, Issa Kone. That'll be his third, and the Dolphins' 10th of the second half.
So
Panthers are now in the double bonus. Here's another look at it. Here you see the drive by Connor. Throws one up. I think that's a play on, in my opinion.
I don't think that's a foul.
I agree.
But nevertheless, Rancy now has the chance to tie the game here with the free throws.
I think generally, as a broadcaster, I'd consider myself very diplomatic, unless I feel very strongly. When I feel strongly about something, I think the audience tends to know it.
Yeah.
Even if it is passive-aggressive at times. But I don't think that was a foul. Second free throw rattles out.
1 point game, a minute and a half here. Dolphins have to score. They'll call timeout.
Dolphins call timeout with 1:23 remaining. We will stay right here. And we'll get a look at the box score while we have a break in the action. We mentioned how big Walton has been in the second half for Adelphi. After a quiet first half, he now has 19 points, 7 of 15 from the field, 3 of 6 from downtown, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. But much like the Dolphins have had Kone and Chestnut plagued by turnovers, Walton has 5 turnovers. So that's something that really hurt the Panthers in the first half. On the CSI side, Goldstein with 24, Chestnut with 19. Both are 8 of 14 from the field. However, Goldstein has turned it over just once. Chestnut has turned it over 6 times. Kone has turned it over 7 times.
So a lot of turnovers all around in this one. Coming out of the timeout here, obviously the Dolphins have to score, otherwise Adelphi has a chance to take the lead.
Well, the Panthers for the game have just 11 turnovers. That's not a bad number. You'll take that. As Chestnut has it off the inbound, the Dolphins' lead is down to a single point. Alley-oop, and Kone lost grip on the ball. It's 2-on-1. Connor at Chestnut, and he was rejected.
Well, tough call to go for the alley-oop out of the timeout, but Chestnut with some great defense on the other end. Still 26, though, on the shot
How
clock.
about this defense by J.J. Chestnut? He was faced with a 2-on-1 and managed to swat that shot away. Adelphi can take the lead with a basket. Good hands by Poulin, and it's kicked into the backcourt by Walton. Over and back violation.
Wow, Joe, that doesn't really show up in the box score for Poulin, but as we always say, Joey always does the little things that end up in big results.
Well, we say it all the time as you get a look at that one poked away, scooped up in the backcourt. Final minute, second half. Dolphins lead it by 1. Chestnut to the basket, lays it in, count it, and 1.
You knew it was coming, Joe. When in doubt, when you need a big basket, give it to JJ. Chestnut roasting to the basket there, lays it up and in, and going to the line for one more.
How clutch has he been in late game situations? JJ Chestnut converts through contact, count the basket, and the foul.
Chestnut, the leading scorer today for the Dolphins.
And the free throw is in and out. Big miss there. It stays a one-possession game. Connor runs over Poulin. Offensive foul.
Well, Joe, if the Dolphins can hold on here, Poulin's making a run at the TLC Physical Therapy Player of the Game with these 2 big, huge plays here at the end.
Another play that will not show up in the box score. And if you're a fan of Adelphi, maybe you think Poulin was moving. I think perhaps you have a case. But in real time, Nick, I thought it was an offensive foul. We'll slow it down one more time as they sort out substitutions. You're not missing anything live. Really tough to tell if he got there because of the obstruction between our camera and Poulin. And the Dolphins were fouled before the inbound pass. That is the 10th team foul on Adelphi. And that will send Goldstein to the line. Meanwhile, I think that foul was just announced as Rancey's 5th, and indeed it was.
Goldstein's wondering what's the holdup here as far as why he's not shooting the free throws. There's no timeouts left. There was no timeout called, so.
Rancey is fouled out. Connor has 4. Jackson has 4. No Dolphin with more than 3.
Yeah. Now, honestly, not the worst to commit the foul before the inbound if they're going to get the steal, because they were going to have to foul.
Nick, if you're the Panthers there and you do foul, you want to foul early, but ideally you don't
Let
want to
the
foul at all
inbounds.
and get a stop.
Right. Try to get the steal.
Now, if it's a 1-and-1 situation and the ball ends up in the hands of the right player, maybe you foul intentionally, but Goldstein's first free throw rattles in. That's a big one. It's now a 2-score game. And Goldstein goes 2 for 2 from the line.
Huge free throws.
You get the timeouts reflected on your screen. Neither team has called timeout here, but both teams have one remaining. So we changed that up on the screen. Dolphins lead it by 5. Final 40 seconds from the tank. Price for 3. Way off. Rebounded by Wiggin. He saved it to Goldstein, and Aaron is fouled.
Aaron with a chance here to potentially seal victory here at the free throw line.
At the line for the Dolphins, number 20.
Dolphins by 5, 35 seconds to go. First free throw is good. Well, Nick, if the Dolphins do go on to win this game, which is appearing more likely, especially with another make here, I think you may be hearing from Aaron Goldstein again post-game.
Oh, I thought we were going to hear from Joey Poulin, who won them the game defensively.
I don't know if you can deny AG with a 27-point effort.
Fair enough. We could talk about all of his offense if they win.
To the basket goes Walton. He can't finish over Kone. And again, the Panthers will foul, but in a 3-score game, it appears time has run out on the Adelphi comeback. They got as close as one, Nick, but were never able to take the lead. Credit to the Dolphins defense and to these CSI guards late in the game. Big free throws, big shots.
Well, this is only going to help Aaron's chances at Player of the Week, Joe. 40-point performance, 28 now in this game. Obviously more points on Tuesday night.
There's not many weeks in a season where you get to play 3 games. And Goldstein,
29 now.
Makes it a 9-point lead. Last chance for Adelphi. And
Another
Connor
block.
was blocked by Chestnut. Goldstein lets it go. It will be Dolphins ball.
How about this defense here in the last 3 minutes of the game time? Chestnut had the big block. Poulin had to force the backcourt violation. Poulin drew the foul. Another block here by Chestnut. Defense coming up clutch here at the end.
And Nick, I have to admit, I'm not sure how my voice made it 40 minutes. I've been very ill this week. We thank everyone for sticking with us, and you will get the final word on the floor with our TLC Physical Therapy Player of the Game. Aaron Goldstein will join us in just a few short moments as the Dolphins remain unbeaten here at home. Our score, Staten Island 78 and Adelphi 69. The Dolphins improve to 3-2 on the year and hand the Panthers their first loss of the 2025-2026 season. Nick joined on the floor by our TLC Physical Therapy Player of the Game, Aaron Goldstein. That's coming up next, right here on CSI Sportsnet.
The Dolphins will return to the tank on December 3rd when they open up conference play against Mercy University at 7:30 p.m. If this concludes your visit to the College of Staten Island, we thank you and hope you have a safe trip.
And we are back for our TLC Physical Therapy post-game report. Nick is joined down on the floor by our player of the game, Aaron Goldstein. 30 for Goldstein following a 40-point effort earlier in the week. And we'll throw it down to Nick with AG.
I'm here with the TLC Physical Therapy player of the game, once again, Aaron Goldstein. Aaron, 5 games in 9 days. No fatigue for you guys.
Yeah, none. This group battles every day. It was definitely a long stretch. You know, we went to Florida, played 2 teams there, and then we came back home and took care of business back at home. Nothing better than being in the tank.
How has the tank played to your advantage so far this season, 3-0 at home?
The fans, man, they're great. They keep coming back, showing love. The students. And like I said, nothing better than being home at the tank. The energy they give us to close out games like that. We played a really good Adelphi team. And we had ourselves in a hole there. We were only up 2 with a minute left, and then we battled, pushed through, stayed composed, and finished the game in a great win.
40 points in Florida, 29 points here today at home. How have you been able to see things differently on the court this season?
I mean, being an older guy now, so I kind of got to have to take more responsibility. I don't even look to. I try to play aggressive, but that's not the main goal. Is scoring. It just comes. That's like Coach says, games. Or you're going to see what's going to happen in the game. It could be someone else's night anytime. But I've just been trying to be aggressive, keep my foot on the gas, lead this team. I can't do it without my teammates either. And we got the win. That's what really most matters.
And to basically seal this win, I was you with the free throw line. But how about Joey Poole defensively, forcing the backcourt violation and drawing the foul?
That's the defensive player of the year right there. He's a dog, man. That's why we won the game just now. Huge 3 stops in a row from Joey Poole, and he's a dog every day in practice, works. I have trouble scoring him because he's so good. He's such a great defender and a great teammate.
All right, Aaron, thank you for your time. Congrats on the win. Go enjoy it.
Thank you.
Joe, back over to you at the commentary desk.
All right, thank you to Aaron Goldstein, and thank you to Nick as he got a chance to catch up with our TLC Physical Therapy player of the game. Thanks to the depth of that conversation, Aaron missed the post-game photo to the left of our backdrop, but it's quite all right. He gets to celebrate a win with his teammates in the locker room as the Dolphins win it by 9. Our final score, Staten Island 78, Adelphi 69. And Nick, we're right back at it early next week. The Dolphins men's basketball team on the road. Women's basketball hosts nationally ranked Bentley here at the Tank.
Well, we're looking forward to Tuesday night. Busy day here on campus. A lot going on as we get set for that game with the women returning home for their first non-conference game of the season that's not part of a tournament.
And with that, we sign off. We thank everybody for tuning in, both fans of Adelphi and, of course, all of the fans of the College of Staten Island. Our final score, Dolphins 78, the Panthers 69. Everyone, enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. And be sure to join us back here on CSI Sportsnet on Tuesday. Women's basketball takes on nationally ranked Bentley University. You can catch that game right here on CSI Sportsnet, streaming exclusively on Flow College.